guys, this video is going to be a book review of The Knight of the Seven Kingdoms by George R.R. Martin. Yes, that George R.R. Martin who wrote A Song of Ice and Fire that Game of Thrones is based on. Yeah, him. This book is a collection of the first 3 novellas written by George R.R. Martin that act as a prequel to the main A Song of Ice and Fire series. They sort of act like a prequel in that they feature many ancestors of main characters in the main set of books. In particular, Daenerys' great-grandfather and his family. But other than that, they don't have much of a bearing on the original story of the actual books. We have heard much in the main A Song of Ice and Fire books about Sir Duncan the Tall, a legendary Kingsguard member who helped the Targaryens of his day put down the Blackfyre rebellions. Now we hear his story, starting with when he was just a wandering hedge knight named Dunk, who was newly knighted by the knight that he had been squiring for. Dunk meets a young boy on the way to his first tournament, who follows him to the tourney, wanting to be his squire. And the two of them end up embroiled in a figurative nest of dragons. I really enjoyed this book a lot. It was really cool seeing what Westeros was like in the heyday of the Targaryen kings, and in particular seeing what some of these historical figures that we hear about in the books, like Baelor Breakspear and Prince Maekar, seeing what they were really like. Baelor, Maekar, as well as Aegon and Dunk himself, are all referenced quite a bit in the narrative of the A Song of Ice and Fire books, and it was really interesting seeing what they were actually really like. I also really enjoyed Dunk's character arc, which was all about how he's really good at fighting, and he's tall, and he's just, you know, he's a physically impressive person, and, like, he just really, he wants to be a good knight, he wants to like, actually protect people, and he just wants to be loved, really, you know? If he's not really true to this, but he does really just want to be loved. I really liked that. The other thing that I want to draw attention to about this book was that the dynamic in this book is almost the opposite of the main A Song of Ice and Fire books, in that Dunk is a commoner that starts to get embroiled in the world of the High Lords and Ladies of Westeros, is elevated above his station in many ways. Whereas, in the main A Song of Ice and Fire books, all of the main characters have come from the world of High Lords and Ladies, and, like, they are completely different from that, and they end up coming down and ending up among the peasants and the commoners in some form or other, such as, for example, Arya travelling Westeros with the boys going to the Night's Watch, the Brotherhood Without Banners, and the Hound, while Cersei ends up being put on trial by the Sparrows and all that, you know? I really enjoyed the way that this dynamic still worked, because in so many ways it is obviously the opposite, but it was really interesting seeing Dunk finding the politics and everything of the Blackfyre rebellions quite tricky, what in comparison to Arya having to learn how to not be a highborn lady in some ways, sort of thing. Like, she's not a very good highborn lady, but she's still a highborn lady, so she's having to learn how to be different than she is, sort of thing, you know? I'm really looking forward to seeing the next compilation of this when it comes out. But he's not actually released any of the stories for this, so that's all I really have to say about this book. It's a pretty nice, short and sweet review. I just really enjoyed it. It was pretty nice. The only thing that I have to complain about is a lack of representation. In, like, you know, there was a bit of representation, but, you know, not all that much. Not very positive representation of minorities. So, have you read this book? If you have and enjoyed it, or not, let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know what you think, so tell me down there. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails down below to see other videos by me, and I will see you guys